When it comes to selecting the best tablet for you, the decision might be difficult. There are a plethora of excellent alternatives available at a variety of pricing ranges and with a plethora of features. When comparing the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 versus the iPad Air 5, both are excellent tablets with many similarities, including being around the same size and price. If you've narrowed it down to one of these two newer models, it'll come down to the features, functionalities, and little variations that might tip the scales one way or the other. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to gain access to our new videos. Now let's get to it. Design. The iPad Air 5 and Galaxy Tab S8 have one thing in common: their designs are nearly identical to those of their predecessors. This isn't a complaint in any case because both tablets have a sleek metal finish and are thin, light, and comfortable to use. The now familiar squared-off style that pervades Apple's contemporary range is seen on the iPad Air 5. While it looks good on the iPhone 13, I think it looks much better on the tablet since the greater size makes the hard-edged design more comfortable to grasp. The bezels are still a little thicker than necessary, but it keeps you from accidentally touching the screen. A power button, volume up and down buttons, and a USB-C port are located around the tablet's borders. With a little more rounded rectangular shape, the Galaxy Tab S8 nearly equals the iPad as a study in simplicity, but it adds a handful of flourishes to prevent the fully blank slate effect. The most noticeable feature is the black glossy surface on the back of the tablet that also serves as a magnetic charging port for the S Pen and flows seamlessly into the rear cameras. An outlined border hugging the left and right edges of the tablet on the rear and wrapping towards the front is a more modest touch. Its ports and buttons on the exterior are identical to those of the iPad Air. Both tablets also rely on fingerprint sensor in the power button for biometric authentication, which is unfortunate because facial recognition is excellent for a tablet. The Galaxy Tab S8 is somewhat bigger and heavier than the iPad Air 5. That's 9.7 into 7 into 0.24 inches and 1 pound. At 10 into 6.5 into 0.25 inches and 1.1 pounds, but it's not enough to alter a purchase decision. There is no apparent victor in terms of design between these two because of the huge thin glass and metal slate. There isn't much room for experimentation with design, and both of these tablets have settled into a fairly similar appearance and feel. Display. The 10.9-inch Liquid Retina IPS display on the iPad Air 5 has a resolution of 2360 by 1640 pixels. The Tab S8 has a slightly bigger 11-inch LED display with a resolution of 2560 into 1600 and an adaptive refresh rate of 120 Hz. Both tablets lack top-tier technology from their respective businesses, with the iPad Air 5 lacking ProMotion and Mini LED and the Tab S8 lacking the famed AMOLED of the Tab S8 Plus and S8 Ultra. Having said that, both performed admirably in our tests. The iPad Air 5 reproduced 79.2% of the DCI-P3 color spectrum, beating the Tab S8 71.6% in its natural color option. While the Tab S8 has an advantage with the vivid color setting, which lifts it to 111.8%, the Tab S8 also has greater color fidelity in that mode, with a Delta E score of 0.25, lower is better, compared to the 0.29 of the iPad Air 5. Apple gains some ground with its 485 nits of brightness versus the Galaxy Tab S8's 463 nits. This is a minimal difference. Both are bright enough to withstand direct sunshine. This is another easy win for the Galaxy Tab S8. The 120 Hz refresh rate, broader color spectrum, and improved color accuracy are enough to propel it to the top of the leaderboard. Camera. In terms of cameras, the Apple iPad Air 2022 features a single rear and front-facing camera. It sports a 12-megapixel wide-angle camera with a dual-pixel PDAF at the back, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera up front. The back camera can record 4K footage and incorporates Gyro EIS for video stabilization. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 has two back cameras and one front-facing camera. It sports a 12-megapixel wide-angle camera and a 6-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the back. It has a single 12-megapixel camera on the front. The Galaxy Tab S8's rear and front cameras can both capture videos in 4K quality and employ the center stage function. The camera on the iPad Air 2022 is excellent and capable of producing high-quality images and videos. However, the camera arrangement on the Galaxy Tab S8 is superior. When conducting video calls, the cameras on the Galaxy Tab S8 provide superior video quality. Performance and storage. The iPad Air 2022 and Galaxy Tab S8 function quite differently. This is due to the fact that the Apple iPad Air 2022 uses the Apple M1 processor, whilst the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 CPU. Although the CPU in the Galaxy Tab S8 is excellent, its performance falls short of that of the chipset in the iPad Air 2022. The iPad Air 2022 has 8GB of RAM and storage choices of 64GB or 256GB. While the RAM within the Galaxy Tab S8 is 8 out of 12GB, the storage options are 128GB and 256GB. Both of these tablets lack a 3.5mm jack port. However, the Galaxy Tab S8 allows for storage expansion through a microSD card. When it comes to performance, like as playing demanding games and generating high graphics, the iPad Air 2022 is the superior gadget. It's not the Galaxy Tab S8 can't play demanding games or generate high-quality graphics. It's simply that the iPad Air 2022 does it better and quicker due to its Apple M1 CPU. Software. This is the iPad Air 5's second walk-off home run. The Galaxy Tab S8 must wait until next season and hope that management, aka Android, provides it with a better lineup. The iPad OS is more suited to the tablet form factor than Android, and it's only the beginning of the differences. Android tablets are mostly overlooked as a platform by far too many developers, which is fine if you're looking for a content consumption device or something to run a core set of applications and games. But if you want to use your tablet for more, the iPad Air 5 is the obvious choice. On the Android front, there is a cause to be optimistic, with Android 12 bringing a more personalized experience for tablets and foldables. However, it is still in its early stages, and we need to see developer adoption before we can think the platform is on the mend. The iPad also has a 6-year advantage in software support. However, this is a much smaller differential than it formerly was because the Galaxy Tab S8 will receive 4 years of key OS and security upgrades. Battery. The battery performance is one of the most important factors to consider when purchasing a tablet, but because we haven't examined either device, it's also one of the most difficult for us to answer at this time. As far as we know, the new iPad Air does not have a larger battery capacity than its predecessor, albeit the new chip's efficiency may contribute to some cost savings. We valued the device's 20-watt rapid charging and found that it would typically get us through the day if used as a laptop replacement. Apple advertised 10 hours of video playback on a single charge, which seemed to match our experience. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 features a large 8000 mAh battery on board, and it's supported by a 45-watt charging, which is believed to be capable of fully restoring the battery to 100% in just 80 minutes. The price. The Apple iPad Air 2022 costs $599 for an 8GB RAM and 64GB storage option, whereas the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 costs $700 for an 8GB RAM and 128GB storage configuration. So if you choose between the Apple iPad Air 2020 and the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, which would you choose and why? The Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 is the most comprehensive device of the two, and here's why. When it comes to performance, the Apple iPad Air 2022 outperforms the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. It undoubtedly has more CPU and GPU cores, which means faster processing of high-resolution graphics and playing off-demanded games. However, when purchasing a tablet, you need to consider more than simply performance, and here's where the Galaxy Tab S8 excels. Between the two devices, the Galaxy Tab S8 is a more comprehensive device. Its display has a high refresh rate, its screen is brighter, it has more camera options, it has a higher battery life with quicker charging technology, it has 4 stereo speakers, it has better storage options with storage expansion space, and it also has a highly stronger chipset. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 is the better tablet to purchase. If I had to rate both gadgets, I'd give the iPad Air 2022 56% and the Galaxy Tab S8 64%. Despite the fact that the iPad Air 2022 is less expensive and has a superior CPU, the Galaxy Tab S8 delivers more to the tablet, making it a more complete tablet. So if you choose between the two, I hope this video provided you with guidance. We've come to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and smash that red bell icon for more updates on videos like this. Thank you so much for watching.